Greetings, YouTube! As I reflect on how much energy I have, as we're just about through with the first month of 12 of the 2023 calendar year, which maybe it's just me, but every time I say 2023, I feel like I'm saying something wrong. I feel like I don't know, not saying the right year, but they tell me it's 2023. I still feel like it's 2020, given how long that year lasted. Kabam Jax wrote a forum post this past week/weekend, I guess, that was all about energy usage that I didn't have a chance to get to, but I am thankful that my alliance mate Double R sent it over to my alliance info so I could take a look and talk about it. Up until fairly recently, you could participate in everything the contest had to offer. With the recent additions of some pretty major game modes and content, summoners are now having to prioritize their participation. This isn't a bad thing, because it means there's more to do. But it has caused discomforts for some people who feel they're not able to do everything and are missing out on rewards. Now, to be clear, part of that message isn't just because of a lack of energy. It's also because of a buff in difficulty. Specifically, before they nerf some of it, the event quest, of course. But even the side quest has been more difficult than side quest in the past. I cannot say this enough. Quarter one, typically, is the lowest revenue quarter for Kabam. And when I say that, I'm saying like January to March, January to April maybe. This is why I truly believe that the spring cleaning event, which was not around for the first 5 or 6 years the game was around, suddenly started and has continued. And it used to be, of course, you could limit like one thing, then limit 3 things. We were given the option in the final quarter of 2022 to purchase 5 of the major offers and get 6-star Weapon X because of it, and instead of getting 3 or 4 days, we got 7 days. This is not surprising. The game is a for-profit company, and they want to keep the bottom line looking better and better, especially with the new-ish CEO. But that also means that free-to-play players, I think this is bad news for you. Because unless you're an arena grinder, which maybe a lot of you are, but even then, energy is hard to get in arena crystals, you're not going to get as many free units for exploring certain content. Or it's just going to be harder to get the same units or a similar amount of units that you got before. Now, Kabam is justifying that because I don't think they're basically looking to make this be the new standard for the event quest difficulty going into 7-star champions. So in a way, they're trying to make this still somewhat relevant for the next couple years, because they're probably only going to change this up every couple years. But right now, it's still such a jarring difference of what we were used to for so many years. It's a situation that's in constant flux and is always being monitored. To help alleviate this discomfort, the game team provides alternate ways to participate in content that don't require energy. That's why Elder's Marks exist in Battlegrounds. Well, again, that's also why it can be a pay-to-play system. Though I will say, in fairness to Kabam, I've accumulated thousands of Elder's Marks without even realizing it, and now I'm using them because I'm just like continuing to rack them up with milestones. But Elder's Marks seems to be a huge way for Kabam to make money, besides victory shields, in Battlegrounds in general. So Kabam will say this, and look, I'm sure Kabam Jax is a good guy. I'm not saying he's trying to be deceiving, but Kabam will say this as like, hey, this is a gift to you. But really it's a gift to themselves because you get way more points from using Elder's Marks, and yes, you can spend units on them, or I guess cash for units and then buy them. And why they're distributed at regular intervals as you progress through the victory track. Furthermore, and this is the biggest one, even if summoners don't like to hear it, this is like a disciplined parent, you know? There is an abundance of free-to-access units in the game. They are provided to allow summoners to buy things like revives and potions and energy refills. I understand that many summoners, myself included, want to save units for crystals and champion roles, but hoarding units instead of using them for revives, potions, and energy refills creates a self-imposed knock-on effect. That's the first time I've ever read that sentence. A self-imposed knock-on effect of feeling like you have even less energy. Okay, so I don't know if I follow that. Saving units or hoarding units makes you feel like you have even less energy. Maybe I'm just not smart enough to understand what that means, but I don't get that. I hoard over 50,000 units on a regular basis, and I don't feel like I have less energy. I feel like I have less energy to make YouTube videos, but that has nothing to do with the game. When the game team is considering energy usage for summoners, I can assure you that the energy for use for revive farming, which is not an intentional usage for those paths, is not prioritized. Shots fired. Insightful, disagree, agree. Wow, that's quite the controversial post. I think free-to-play players are being targeted here. They're being targeted because hoarding units, which is what a lot of players, but especially free-to-play players, because the arena is getting tougher. It's going to get even more tough when 7 stars are introduced. I get it. Every game goes through this, but this is not good news for free-to-play players. This perspective. And I still have no idea what this sentence means. Like, hoarding units instead of using them for revives, potions, energy refills creates a self-imposed knock-on effect of feeling like you have even less energy. What? What? I don't know. Kabam Jacks, it's like you're a PhD professor. And I'm like, I just got my master's, man. I'm not on that level yet. Probably I never will be. All right, well, free-to-play players, how do you feel about this? I have talked to people who are burnt out, you know? I mean, there's always people who are burnt out. And yes, this isn't even addressing, like, input issues or bugs like the ones I've covered recently in Battlegrounds that just keep reappearing. Obviously, 7 stars are going to have people walk away for different reasons because it feels like you're quote-unquote starting over, and I do think that's why Kabam is going to try to roll out Ascension around the same time, which still feels like a weird, like, non-denominational church. I don't know. As I sit here and I think about the future of my YouTube channel, which I think will continue to be less videos and some live streams, I'm content with where I'm at, because if I was to never make another YouTube video as long as I lived, I would have accomplished everything I ever wanted to do on YouTube times 200,000. And that's actually an under-exaggeration of what I thought I would do versus what I'm doing now. But at the same time, I want this game to thrive, and I want to be able to add my 2 cents every once in a while. So, I don't know. It's a weird post. It's also probably not a video I should record at midnight, but, that's my life. So, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Thanks for watching.